Listen.
Random question, but now that I see these pills on your desk here,
yeah, it's my schizophrenia meds. What do you think they are?
Oh yeah, I'm not here actually. You've imagined me for the past 10 plus years. So when did you discover you had ADHD actually? Let me grab a marshmallow.
I'm not sure actually. The best I can say is I think probably elementary school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably elementary school is when I learned. Also, another thing I noticed while like editing the videos is that there's like for the videos themselves there are points where there is like some lag in the video, not in the game.
Yeah,
like
not the game, but
not the gameplay.
The footage we record sometimes does that. I don't know why.
Like if it was lag in the gameplay, we would be saying something about it. But there are some points in the video, or maybe it's just Adobe Premiere,
or yeah,
which honestly for the past like 2 weeks when trying to edit those videos a little bit,
yeah,
there have been a lot of slowdowns where like for 3 minutes straight I cannot touch Adobe Premiere or do anything in them.
Huh.
I'm actually genuinely thinking about switching to like Sony Vegas Pro or some shit.
Did you like subscribe to Adobe Premiere? Or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. There's
the Adobe Suite.
There's the problem.
Because I needed it.
It's kind of like a sad fact where you not only do you have to like constantly subscribe every month or whatever to Adobe, but not only do I kind of hate that business model, it turns out getting the cracked version of Adobe products are way more stable and they don't crash anyways.
Really?
That's the only reason I decided to pirate it. It's like, oh, you mean I get it for free? I don't have to shell out bills every month and it actually works? Then why the heck wouldn't I? Let's edit this out.
Yeah, totally. Here's our tip. Here's our guide to pirate Adobe products. Sponsored by Adobe themselves.
No, I got another problem with Adobe because I got an ad for one of the Adobe products that's like, you can use AI to generate cunt bags. Shut up. If all the data you collected out of me corporations, you would know that I would not like this stuff.
With Adobe, like over time, I've their stuff has been nice. It's kind of used by businesses most of the time. It's kind of like the standard, but it's just kind of awful.
If you just annoy me in tiny bits enough, eventually I'll build enough resentment to lower the flags and declare war against Adobe. Oh, okay, just one flag.
Like with Adobe, I was able to use like Photoshop in high school, but I think but the Photoshop that I was using in high school, that was not part of like the Adobe suite.
Oh, okay.
That was
was like an older version, or?
Yeah, it was like one of the older versions where you could buy a version and then you own that version. You don't have to keep updating it, and it kind of sucks because like I remember my art teacher just being like, "Yeah, it's a pain in the ass because it's a little bit more high.
It's a bit high."
Because it's just a bit more annoying
it was in the back of the old school building.
To have like each PC.
Well, you could hide drugs.
Like have like the Adobe suite. I'm sure there's like a lot of like school bundles.
Probably.
Fuck.
Oops.
There's definitely like some school bundles, but even then it's like still fucking annoying.
Anyway, back to ADHD. So it turns out when I was also in elementary school, apparently I was also tested. I have no memory of this, and it came out negative. So
no worries.
Well, okay, that doesn't just mean no worries.
I mean, did you feel like you had like the signs of having ADD or ADHD?
I didn't realize it then, but thinking on my past now is like, oh yeah. I, I mean, I don't think I have it, but if I did, I wouldn't be surprised. In fact, that would explain quite a lot of things, but apparently it turns out no, I didn't. I don't have it. Yeah, what sparked this conversation was let's see what happened. Oh yeah, my dad took me to go to Menards with him to get topsoil, and I was listening to Distractable, and my dad was like,
Oh!
my dad was like, why are these three idiots talking about bread for an hour? Do they have ADHD? And I was like, actually one of them does, yeah. Oh, okay.
Where the fuck did that other dog go?
It skedaddled out of here to... It's running from the Adobe police.
Oh no, run.
Help! I've been held hostage for 3 years. My other friends have shilled for Adobe.
I'm still waiting for a response on my Adobe Photoshop.
And we killed him. Now you'll never get to...
Well, I like to see it more as we put him out of his misery. Like the thing is, Photoshop's still useful. It's just like some of the other apps. It's just awful.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me started on why they fucking decided to change their app logos, where each one was like, it was nice, it was color coded, it had like a nice sharp border. Again, the main thing, it was color coded. That was the biggest thing. You could easily tell. It's like, oh, that one's Photoshop. Oh, that's Premiere. Oh, that's After Effects. Now each one.
The Adobe police doesn't like you shitting on their products.
Fuck. I used another shot. Too many. But yeah, it's like each one was color coded. You could tell which one is which. But now they're all the fucking same color.
Oh yeah, that changed.
It's just, why? Why would you do it? Now there's already like other videos that just go over why these logo changes are stupid. Like JonTron, I believe he went over it. But it's still just, why? No one asked for this.
When you put in extra effort to make something worse.
Which I feel like that's the case for a lot of companies right now.
Yeah, it's
like Twitch and Reddit are two big examples right now.
Those are the two big examples right now. It takes genuine effort to 9/11 your own company. Just how? I couldn't even...
Oops.
I couldn't even imagine how to sabotage my own company this way. It's like they're asking to go out of business.
Like, genuinely, like, with all the Twitch news that we've heard, like...
Do they want to go out of business? Or are they really trying?
Yeah.
It seems like they're genuinely trying.
It feels like they are doing this intentionally. Like, they don't want Twitch to be around anymore. Like, that's genuinely how it feels.
Twitch right now reminds me of the cloned Dodo from American Dad, where the dad cloned a dodo for fun. Is like,
yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? I wanted a pet dodo. And then meanwhile, the dodo spends the entire episode doing things that almost get itself killed. Like, well, it was trying to eat a handgun. It was like really close to pulling the trigger with its claw.
I want to go see my friends. Where are they? I mean, to be fair, that could be a genuine reason for, like... It's like, oh, you brought a dodo back to life. Alright, you just brought that single one. Now he has no friends and he's gonna be lonely.
I don't think birds can have depression, can they?
Well, sharks can have depression if you put them in a tank.
Oh, true.
In a small tank. That's why we don't see any great white sharks in aquariums. It's just impossible. Fuck.
That's another thing that I kind of wonder about Japan. Is just why are there so many aquariums?
I mean, it is Japan is an island.
I guess it is a shit ton of islands, yes, but I just feel like every single slice of life anime, a slifer anime, every single one just has an aquarium date, or today episode 7, we're going to the aquarium and having fun. It's like, is this a common thing? Do people just go to aquariums all the time?
I mean, it's a decently fun thing to do.
Okay, yeah, aquariums would be pretty fun, but I'm just wondering, like, we don't go to the zoo every day.
I mean, it's like, what else? I don't know. Like, what else is there to do? Though, speaking of that, what aquariums have you been to?
Probably one in Chicago. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Uh-oh.
Oh, so you've been to the Chicago... Sorry. I know for sure I'm going to see that, like, just blank part of time where I'm, like, silent, and I'm just going to be like, alright, just cut this out.
Ian has the MacBook spinning rainbow right between the conversations.
With, like, the old, like, app... What is it, like, Apple or Windows sound, where it's, like, it's just, like, loading up?
I don't think there's a...
I think it's, it was, like, dial-up internet.
Oh, okay, is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which actually, I did experience that.
I don't think the loading wheels had the sound to them.
Well, it's still like a loading thing. Either way. But yeah, so uh-oh. I don't have a... Why do I... Oh yeah, I also did go to the Chicago.
Ashley, dumb bitch, why'd you get in the way of the shotgun?
I did also actually go to the Chicago Aquarium, which actually is a really fun one too.
Yeah.
Which in the same day, me and my parents, when we went there, I think I was the one that was like, let's go to Chicago. Let's go there for a trip. We went to the aquarium, the museum that had sued the largest known T-Rex.
Fossil,
or the most complete.
Yeah, the most complete.
Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton, along with the planetarium.
Yeah. You ever wonder, just like, what happens if there's like a leak in the aquarium? Just how much does the water just all bellow out?
Got it.
Let's go.
Okay.
Oh wait, that did happen one time at some aquarium somewhere. An octopus escaped and pretty much let loose all the water in the entire aquarium.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. With like large tanks, it's probably consistently and constantly like watched.
Yeah.
Just watched 24 sweating.
24
sweating.
It's a sweaty security officer just constantly watching the screens.
The other thing is, fuck.
The other thing is...
Ashley. Hi.
Whoa, that was a landing strat.
With like large aquarium tanks, I mean, it's extremely thick glass.
Yeah.
That will take a lot.
Leave me alone.
Hold on, I'll take care of him.
True, yeah. But I'm just wondering, like... I don't know. I'm sure, like, accidents are bound to happen or something, or maybe the start to a horror movie, like... A swarm of sharks all decide to focus fire onto one point on the glass and just... They all tackle the
we
one
see a weak point,
one.
lads. We're gonna have human tonight.
I thought sharks don't like eating people. Typically.
They probably don't. They just... The main thing is that they just confuse us for seals.
Or imagine if, like, sharks could talk. It takes a bite out of a surfer who's screaming for their life, and the shark's like, sorry.
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
I thought you were a seal. And it just swims away.
And it's like, don't worry, I'll pay for the medical bills. And they're just like, wait, we're America, right? Oh, then never mind.
Or like if a shark is wondering like, oh, I broke maritime law in international waters, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I gave this shark a shitty British accent.
It's
That reminds me of a Wheeljack from Transformers Rise of the Beast, who has a completely different design. Where, so in my guess is that
Leon.
Whoa! Is this guy skitter stopping? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, Wheeljack has a completely different design in this movie that's just like unrelated to any previous other. And this Wheeljack has a South American accent.
Ooh.
And he has the stereotypical nerd look of the giant square-rimmed glasses.
Actually,
And the seatbelts from this truck mode, they become his like belt suspenders. He doubles down on the nerd look really hard. And you know what? I like Pablo Wheeljack. That's what the fandom is calling him, because in his truck mode, he's disguised as a TV repair place. It does, on the side of the truck it says like Pablo's TV repair service. So people have just called him Pablo.
Pablo.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Pablo Wheeljack. He legit might be my favorite design that I've seen in a long time.
I might regret making Magnum ammo, but whatever.
But you know about that meme of the guy eating 2 cakes? He's like, holy shit, 2 cakes!
2 cakes. It's ringing a bell, but I can't remember the
Okay,
full thing.
it's a stick figure meme of a chef making a shitty cake right next to a really big 3-tiered wedding cake. Is like,
Oh,
it's like,
okay,
no
yeah.
one's gonna like my thing, but then someone else is eating both cakes. Like, holy shit, 2
cakes.
I had that moment the past couple weeks watching Transformers: Rise of the Beast and Across the Spider-Verse. 2 excellent.
And you saw Spider-Verse twice
Yeah.
before we went as a group.
Okay.
You shithead.
The first time my sister and her friend went and was like, hey, I want to see 2. Yeah,
Holy
this
shit.
was a
2 movies.
this was a good summer for me. Transformers and Spider-Man.
Didn't you also say that you were like, okay, I'm getting ready to go watch like Rise of the Beast or something, and then your dad's like,
Oh,
like let's go to Menards, and then it's like, watch Avatar with me.
yeah. So actually, I got to watch 3 movies because Avatar 2 finally came out on Disney Plus.
Oh. How is it? What would you rate it?
It was all right. I mean, I didn't really care about Avatar for the story. It's more like the ecology and the biology of like, holy shit, the world building than just the lore behind it.
How many movies does James Cameron have planned
Uh,
for it?
Didn't he say at least 2 more or something?
2 more?
At least.
I'm not sure if he's gonna still be alive.
Maybe he's gonna have to develop a clone to continue the movies for him, just like the plot of Avatar 2, where apparently they cloned Quaritch and put all his memories into an Avatar body.
Okay, I haven't watched Terminator. He did make Terminator, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you believe he made Terminator when he was homeless?
He was homeless?
He was living out of a car, and his mom had to mail him 2-for-1 Burger King coupons.
Oof.
And then he makes Terminator on like a almost nothing budget, and you know, the Terminator, it's good.
It's like, Mom, I'm rich! It was all because of the Burger King coupons.
Low key, those might have saved his life.
Let's see here. Do I save?
You know what's funny about the Terminator? It's that in all the night scenes where it has that iconic bluish tinged light that's like kind of synonymous with the Terminator series.
Yeah.
The only reason he filmed it was just because the shitty cameras he had would only catch light with those specific street lights or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm half remembering and paraphrasing. yeah, one of the most iconic lighting scenes and just techniques of Terminator was just because, oh, my camera's shit, and it won't work under any other kind of lights. Or how in the first or the second movie, oh no, I think it was the second movie where they're being chased by the T-1000 and the truck goes over the bridge and all the crewmen refuse to shoot because like, Mr. Cameron, I don't want to die. And so Cameron is like, fine, grabs the
I'll do
camera,
it.
I'll do it myself. And so he did. Or like the helicopter scene where they actually did fly helicopters under the bridge. Because, you know, you couldn't CG that back in the day, so they actually had to do that for real.
They had to do it the good old-fashioned way.
Spectacular, yeah. Yeah, so, Avatar 2, it was alright. I didn't really care about the story and characters, but it was fine.
It's still the same characters from the first movie, right?
Well, yeah, it takes place, I think, 10 or so years later with Jake and the Tyrese kids.
You don't get car sick or anything. do
Which
you?
is like, if I'm remembering correctly, like at the end of the movie, he had his he had his conscious transferred
Into the Avatar body,
into
yeah.
an avatar body.
Yeah, it turns out he has 3 kids, I think, and adopted 2.
Damn. Dude's like, fuck.
Dude's like,
Dude can't stop.
yeah, he can't.
I miss a treasure?
Whoops.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
the Avatar 2 just has a lot of just
Oh, it leads back
what kind of things
Oh
in the
my
first,
God,
in the
yo,
first 10 minutes.
what? And
Yeah,
then it's
so
like, alright.
yeah, it's like it gives you this really big revelation and just moves on. Like, anyway, we're moving on. Like the 2 main ones are one of the kids he adopts is Korch's kid. Yeah, the main villain's son who got left behind. He just adopts him. Like, yeah, they couldn't bring you back to Earth because you can't bring the babies into cryo. So like, well,
Oh,
I guess
really?
you're stuck here with us now. And then the other kid he adopts is so this is another like big reveal moment that they just quickly brush off. It was a Dr. Grace, her avatar was apparently pregnant, and it was like,
Oh.
well, they're just like, so yeah, Jake's like, yeah. Then we found out Dr. Grace's avatar was pregnant. So anyway,
Anyway.
and then yeah, they just moved on from there, and yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he could change.
The kid is born, and yeah, he just adopts her as well.
Open your fucking mouth, bitch.
Yeah, it was pretty. Okay, the more that I talk about Avatar 2, the more I think I appreciate it. Even though I liked Rise of the Beast and Spider-Verse more. But that's just me.
It was a good popcorn movie. Would you say is that like a decent?
Yeah,
Way to put it.
at the very least, it's a good action movie, and you know they still continue with the whole biology and ecology thing about Avatar that I still like about it most, because you know the water people and all that, and then the dolphins and the whales. Yeah, those are pretty cool.
And like, what about your like sort of like rating on the grid, which also leads to another thing I kind of want to like talk about.
Shoot, so for Avatar 2, I'd give it I think a 5,3.
5. So that would be good production.
Mm-hmm. Excellent production and
Excellent.
quality. And then my enjoyment is a 3. Is like, yeah, this is alright. Nothing spectacular, but this wasn't terrible. And at the very least, it wasn't boring either. I was still engaged throughout the entire 3-hour run.
All right.
So yeah, I'd say it was pretty good.
That kind of leads me like I shared a video with you, and I asked like your opinion, and it was a zero punctuation. Crinkle. It was a zero punctuation video where Yahtzee is kind of like talking about Breath of Wild,
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom. And he kind of brings up the topic again of it's kind of meaningless to just give games like ratings, because it's like a 10 out of 10 game on like say Atari or Commodore doesn't really mean much when you have say like a 10 out of 10 game for Switch.
Yeah,
and all
I
that.
kind of don't like number ratings anymore. It's a little reductionist, and it just kind of boils down an entire experience to like a number that you just use to compare other numbers to. There's also the issue of like, well, what is a 10? Does a 10 mean perfect game with no flaws? Well, no, it obviously can't mean that. That means like no game ever could get a 10. Or something that I saw in the comments was that like a 10 is not like level of quality, but like a recommendation of if something gets a 10, that means someone absolutely recommends that you play something. That kind of system.
Now, what would be a good way to remedy this? Because I'm kind of like thinking, do I use a shotgun? I'm kind of like thinking, what if games were to use like say your method? I think that might help it like a little bit, where it's like, all right, this game has good production, it's a pretty good game, but then it would have like an enjoyment like rating to it.
Yeah,
But
I'll make sure to send Ian the graphic that I use for my rating system, and then editing. Ian, remember to put this image in. So yeah, x-axis measures production quality, y-axis measures my enjoyment, and then I see like how good or bad production or my enjoyment is, and then just base it off that. So like,
yeah. Now the only thing is, not this room yet.
and I
The only
I
thing
make sure to rate
is-
everything out of 5 on -5 to +5, -5 to +5, because I'm traumatized by the AP system. 5 or dive. That's my life.
What about doing like percentiles
I think
with your rating?
percentiles also just kind of fall into the same problem of like giving something out of 10. It just kind of reduces things to a number, or like
Dining.
gets rid of it kind of oversimplifies thoughts on a game.
Yeah. Now the thing is, with your rating, I think it could definitely it could do pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is that when I think about it, is like, all right, then the argument comes up with everything's just subjective. Like one person might like this game and another person might not like it, and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it still kind of like leads to the problem of like it's still like a little pointless.
I guess.
Which is
but
kind of
then again,
sad, but it's like,
But then again,
what
that
else?
kind of applies to every rating system ever. And I like explaining the rating system more. So something like, let's say, what do I like? So Transformers: Rise of the Beast, I gave it like a 3, a comma 3,5, or no, 3,4.
You do a lot of
3 is like
this?
production quality was like, it was all right.
Yeah.
There were a couple moments where the CG was kind of jank, but then my enjoyment is also a 4, where
However you
okay, not the best Transformers thing I've ever seen, but still pretty good and interesting.
I can understand that.
Then let's think something like Transformers: The Last Night. I give that like a 3, -3, where production was okay. It was all right.
It's a Michael
It
Bay.
looks standard. Yeah,
It's a Michael Bay movie. It's like it's gonna look
it's kind of
somewhat nice no matter
Yeah.
what. No
but
matter
then-
what you do.
But then the y-axis, the -3 part, that's like, okay, this kind of just it ticked me off. Because like the live action Transformers tried somewhat to have
Looks like
a sensible continuity, and the last night just completely threw it out the window, saying, "Fuck it, fuck all you fans
Fuck it,
trying
we're
to
restarting everything.
fuck all you fans trying to make a sensible timeline. We're just gonna do something completely different and retcon all 4 movies before,
We're hitting the giant red reset button."
and
They
then
just
not
opened
even
the
doing it
case.
that well." So yeah, that's what ticked me off.
And so it's like the last night was basically the second universe, and then once Bumblebee came out, that's just started a whole new continuity, right?
Yeah, it started off as a prequel, but then partway through production, they're like, "No, we're not fucking doing that. New timeline." Which, yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
And the person that's doing Rise of the Beasts, this is a completely new person,
Yeah,
other than Michael Bay, right?
yeah. Michael Bay was a producer, but I don't think he actually had any like story or character control over anything that went on that.
I do remember seeing like this one meme where it's like everybody was like, "Oh yeah, this dude that's making Rise of the Beast. Oh yeah, this dude could make something pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
This dude could make something pretty good." And then there's just like this video clip of like the dude with like Michael Bay like right behind him, and it's
Oh.
like, "Hey guys, I'm bringing this guy in with production," and then it's just Call Me Carson just like doing like the crying meme. It's just like, "Oh no, how could you do this?" Which honestly, like, I haven't really watched the Transformers movies a lot, but I could kind of tell it's like, okay, yeah, this is gonna get some people to start worrying. Oh, just a tiny bit.
In my head, I imagine Transformers 1 through 5 being part of a single timeline, the Bay timeline. Then the Bumblebee movie is
The
a reboot
Bayverse.
in a different timeline. And to me, I think Rise of the Beast is another timeline separate from Bumblebee, and it's purely because of Pablo Wheeljack. Because he was in Bumblebee during the Cybertron scene, but it looks completely different. So I'm calling Rise of the Beast the Pablo timeline.
It's Pablo.
Yeah, I'm calling it the Pablo timeline.
Oh my god, this is gonna suck.
But now that did you want to hear anything else about Avatar 2 or Rise of the Beast? Or
Tell me a little bit more about Rise of the Beast. I'm not sure if I will maybe go see it.
oh yeah, I think
I mean, we could talk about The Flash, though I don't.
Mm.
It hasn't come out, right?
not
yet.
yet. Oh, it actually comes out tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Officially. Damn. But people have already pirated it, so
Yeah, there's already been a lot of like news
Stay up there.
going around about the Flash movie, which for me, it's like, yes, I definitely still understand Ezra Miller's a shithead and really can't really be redeemed for a lot of the shit that he's done. But the problem for me is that it's got Michael Keaton in it, and he's
Or-
playing Batman
or,
in it.
or does it? Because I heard in one. This is according to one random leak that I saw, and then didn't really care to look into. But apparently, in the version they got, Michael Keaton was completely cut out or something. Maybe. I didn't really look into it, but I was like,
I certainly fucking hope not.
no, they can't. They wouldn't do that, would they?
Here's the thing.
He's in like half the advertisement.
Yeah, he's in half the advertisement, and but still, seriously, I certainly fucking hope not, because that was the part that I was looking forward to the most. Because I watched Michael Keaton Batman, like that was the first Batman I ever saw as a fucking kid.
The first one for me was George Clooney. I'm just like Joey Bissinger.
I think that might have been second or third. The second one could have been Adam West.
Hear me out.
Batman movie.
Hear me out. I think George Clooney is a terrible Batman, but a great Bruce Wayne.
Well, okay, well, yeah. Oh, fuck.
Whoa! These guys woke up. How dare you diss our Lord and Savior George Clooney? Don't you know he took a shit in my cat's litter box?
Wait, what?
Oh, apparently he did that to one of his friends. He just took a massive shit in his cat's litter box, and once they saw, they're like, "Oh my god, my cat laid a ginormous shit! I gotta take her to the vet."
Oh, fuck. I don't have a lot of. Jason, you're gonna have to take most of the conversation right now.
Okay, so I'd say, yeah, the Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Yeah, it was okay. There were a lot of new things that they did that I do appreciate, such as the main trio of villains being semi-obscure characters that didn't really get to do anything until this movie, where they actually have some relevance. These are kind of just rehashed names that never really had any meaning or got to do anything. So yeah, that was nice of them. I also kind of find it funny how Unicron is just casually one of the main overarching villain in this. It's like, oh, we're jumping right into Unicron stuff. Oh, okay.
Is Megatron in this?
No, he's completely absent.
Not even Beast Wars Megatron?
Nope, he's not in this.
Damn.
Actually, now that you mention it, none of the Beast War.
None of the original. Oh, just the Terracons?
Yeah, it was just Terrorcons, no Beast Wars era Decepticons or any of them. Yeah, it was completely just a new faction of Terrorcons that.
Did they like bring back the original voice actor for Optimus Primal?
No, they didn't bring Gary Chalk.
Damn.
To be fair,
Because that doesn't give me a lot of hope that we get like David Kaye and like the next Rise of the Beasts.
To be fair, the guy that does voice Optimus Primal does sound really good.
I do remember. Didn't he also do like Megatron's voice in Beast Wars? Like OG Megatron.
I think. I don't know. I haven't seen Beast Wars all the way through. Honestly, what surprised me most about Beast Wars was that The Rise of the Beast was that Pete Davidson voices Mirage, who's sort of the main Autobot character for this movie, and he's actually pretty fun. None of it. I thought he'd be annoying or overbearing, but no, he's on screen for the right amount of time. And
Like,
honestly,
he's like just like a good amount of screen time.
Yeah,
Where it's like it's good and it's like
it's
it
the
doesn't
appropriate
overreach.
amount, and he doesn't overstay his welcome. Yeah,
overstay as well. That's
honestly, this Rise of the Beast was Mirage's movie, especially with the plot twist at the end, where it was kind of weird, but the Transformers franchise has done dumber stuff, so honestly, I can live with it.
like Autobots pissing on humans.
Okay, that was that one time.
But what was some other dumb stuff in previous movies? Because I can't think of much else.
There's probably something stupid that
Nice catch.
I can't think of right now.
I'm sure Jobby the Hong could name a lot of it.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, it's been a long fucking time then since I've seen like any of the Transformers movies.
Yeah.
I should maybe like watch them.
Let's do a Cosmonaut Marcus and just go through every single one as we commentate.
I mean, there is like one Transformers, like I guess IP that or the most recent one I've seen is like Transformers Prime, which is definitely pretty good.
Prime?
I would say.
Yeah. I haven't finished it all the way, but it is surprisingly good, yeah.
Now, what are your thoughts on like the human cast for Transformers Prime?
Prime? I kind of don't really think about them, honestly. They're kind of just... They exist, but they don't really do anything.
Yeah. I mean, there are definitely some parts where it's like, okay, yeah.
At the very least, I don't hate them or find them annoying. They just kind of don't add anything for me.
Ooh,
Hey.
cube device.
Oh, and there was that one technically not a post-credit scene for Rise of the Beast that's like, oh, okay. I guess this is phase 1 of the Hasbro Cinematic Universe then.
Uh-oh. Wait. You say Hasbro Cinematic Universe?
Yeah.
Well, okay, what do they show?
So, at the very end of the movie, or like, do you care about spoilers at all? Or
No, at this
okay,
point,
it's
you've
Transformers.
already told me a lot.
Okay, so I guess spoiler warning for anyone that hasn't seen it. So, at the end of the film, the main human character, Noah, he's trying to get a job someplace. And then the guy interviewing him is like, so, you meet any aliens lately? It's like, whoa, whoa,
Whoa.
I don't know what you're talking about. And then the guy says like, we know who you are. He hands him a business card. He's like, call us when you want to see us. Like, call us whenever you're ready. And then he looks down at the card and says,
It's just a Monopoly money.
no, it says, G.I. Joe? Yeah, it's a G.I.
Really?
Joe business card. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, Transformers
Okay,
and G.I. Joe have
guess.
crossed over before.
Wait,
thought-
they have?
Yeah, a couple times. I thought this was going to be Sector 7, but no, I guess it's G.I. Joe now.
I mean, I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. Like, especially with doing like a crossover. I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. To like,
I don't know if they're going to do like a separate G.I. Joe series or if the G.I. Joes just exist in Transformers movies from now on as like a representative of the human army or something.
I mean, I'm trying to.
Yeah, that genuinely caught me off guard. It's like, go, okay, I guess we're doing that now.
I mean, the last time there was like a G.I. Joe sort of property, it was like, what? It was a Snake Eyes movie?
I think so. I don't really know much about G.I. Joes.
I don't know. But like, I think it was like a Snake Eyes prequel movie. But I can't remember if that movie did well or not. Or well enough.
I have no idea. I've just never... That's one part of the Hasbro universe I've never really cared about.
Though I'm kind of disappointed. It should have just been like a post-cred scene. We just see like My Little Pony.
Well,
Like, just like, oh yeah, friendship is magic.
there was a My Little Pony reference in Age of Extinction.
Oh yeah, that's right. Like, didn't they make like a My Little Pony with Transformium?
Statue, and then it transformed into, I think it was an AK-47 or something.
It's not that funny, but it's just like
It's
when
like,
you think
first
about
of all,
it.
First of all, there's a Rainbow Dash statue in Transformers that turns into a big old gun. Is like you need a special brew of shrooms to think of something like that.
Yeah, let's make that.
Okay, so now that those two films are done, Spider-Verse,
Spider-Verse, pretty good.
5,5 for me. Yeah.
Though
What else can I say except it's good. And review's over.
Really? We're not going to say anything more about it?
I don't think you can say anything more.
We're here.
I mean, Miguel's ass.
Yeah.
Which is funny because you also like posted like a meme in Discord and it
Which
was just
one? There's two.
okay, the latest one where it's like some dude thankfully hasn't seen any spoilers of Spider-Verse, and it's thanks to everyone just posting about Miguel's like ass.
Yeah.
Which I just find really funny and also good on the people that's on like Twitter and shit that are just posting that.
I just can't believe what happened to Miguel. Because before this, the only bit of Miguel O'Hara I knew about was from the Shattered Dimensions game, where he's just Miguel O'Hara reporting for duty. He's some like scrawny 5'10" guy, but then you get to
Where he's dark and dreary.
This
dreary.
giant specimen of a man, just damn.
Though I do gotta ask, is he a vampire?
Well,
I don't really know much about Miguel.
No, but they kind of go for the whole vampire motif, which I think it works.
What is up? Like with the teeth and all that. Is it just?
I think it's mostly just an aesthetic, unless there's other vampire powers from the comics that I'm not aware of. But to me, yeah, it's just an aesthetic.
I'm not gonna like criticize the movie because it's like, oh, why does he have sharp teeth? He's not a vampire. It's just like, I'm not gonna criticize it for it, just like for that. But it's like, it's a strange thing to sort of like point out.
I don't know. To me, it kind of fits the aesthetic.
Though I guess another thing to talk about Spider-Verse is just like all the fucking designs.
For all the
and
spider
just
people.
all of them are just like awesome.
Yeah. There are so many great just background spider people. Just
Okay.
I think I saw this on Tweetums where like, you know what? Make like a highlight episode for a couple of the spider people in the background. Essentially give them each
like
their
a
own.
what if?
Give them like their own episode from their respective universes and their art styles. Of like, let's say 12 random spider people and just go over what their lives per episode.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, that would actually sound pretty good.
But like seriously, like the designs for like a lot of the Spider-Man designs and Spider-Verse are just awesome.
Yeah, these
Like-
are great,
like
spectacular designs.
My top favorite for a long time and still is Spider-Gwen for just the design and the colors and the hoodie. It's just it all
The
like,
black and white
it all
contrast.
blends together very like
The
it's,
magenta trims.
yeah. And then there's just a hint of like what, icy blue?
Yeah.
Is it?
The,
Like in
the
her
hood,
shoes?
in like the ballet slippers, the blue, and
Or-
then
It can also be like Converse sneakers at times, I think.
oh yeah, sometimes she switched to that. Gwen also doing just what turns out to be gymnastics moves that were like extremely high skilled or something. Yeah, I don't speak gymnastics, so I don't.
But yeah, again, it just like her costume and design just it blends so nicely together. I love it. And then in Spider-Verse we got I can't remember her name. It was like what, Jessica Drew
On the motorcycle, yeah, that
with her
was
Spider-Woman design. I really like that.
that jacket looks shiny. I wanna eat it.
Why do you want to eat it?
It looks shiny. It just looks.
It's not fucking Fruit Roll-Ups.
I can't explain it. It's just her jacket. It looks delicious.
Alright, that's the one thing I did not expect to come out of this episode. But yeah, then it's like we got Jessica Drew's Spider-Woman design. But then we also have a new favorite of mine, which is Indian Spider-Man.
Yeah, Pavitra. I think he might actually be my favorite Spider-Man. Just the design, the personality, just everything about him is just so fun.
Design, personality, and what I really like is his version of the web shooters.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually like shoot webs out. And I'm assuming. Oh my god, I'm start moving. And I'm assuming, they got some idea from say an Indian toy or some sort of
Yeah.
maybe an Indian weapon or yo-yo. But that's how he shoots his webs out. He just sends his bracelet out, and that's what's connected to the web. And I like it.
Yeah.
It's so clever. It's just, chef's kiss.
And he's He's just got a really fun personality.
I still like the remark where it's like, "What did you say? Chai means tea, bro." Like, it's just that it's that little bit of like character in him that just again, it's so nice. I love it.
Also, a big appreciation for the Spot,
Oh yeah.
who hasn't had any speaking lines in any of the comics for like 10 years or something,
But is now the main villain.
and is now an actual opposable threat. I still can't believe how he had like portal powers in the comics and they still treated him like a joke character. It's like, do you not understand the implications of what his abilities in time?
I can travel dimensions.
And
I can travel the multiverse. Do you not understand this? But
yeah,
that's
it's nice
that's
to see
also another thing.
the Spot actually get a chance now to, well, matter or do anything neat.
Fuck.
Oh boy.
Come over here. Damn it.
There was actually something nice that I noticed watching Spider-Verse the second time with you guys this time. Was that that one moment where the Spot was going over his backstory and how he became the Spot. How he mentioned that we pulled a spider from a different universe into our timeline. That spider, when it got yoinked out of Earth 42, it was standing right behind Earth 42's Miles Morales. He was just sitting in class and the spider was supposed to bite him, but whoops,
Oops.
it came to
It's open.
the 1610 instead. Yeah,
Thanks.
that Miles Morales is there in the background if you see him.
Really?
Yeah,
I
the
need
spider
to go,
was like,
I need to go watch it again.
yeah. It's hindsight that I get after watching the movie already.
That
Yeah.
was also just another great part of the movie where it's like, like Miles gets into the world, which I think when Miles gets in, you could tell from the art style like this is a different world, but just like slowly you could tell something's not right.
Yeah.
And it was just again, it was good, and also like going back to the Spot, like what I was gonna say about him is that it's like yeah they treat the Spot as a joke, but also in the movie, your opinion very quickly changes to where it's like, oh fuck, oh no,
Oh, he's actually.
oh no.
He actually has to be taken pretty seriously.
But yeah, after with that being said, I really do need to go like see Spider-Verse again because I do want to see that Miles Morales detail where it's like Earth 42 Miles Morales is like in the background.
Yep.
Because I'm drawing a blank on that part.
Yeah, it's a blink and you'll miss it, and you don't really understand the ramifications until you watch it a second time. You're like, oh, he was there the whole time.
It's like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where it's
Yeah.
like, hey, and just points.
And what I like about Spider-Verse is that all the ways the different art styles just blend together and they make sense.
Oh yeah.
Even when you get to the Lego Spider-Man, in my head I didn't even think about it. It's like, oh yeah, just different universe where everyone's a Lego. That's it.
That kind of like mentally knocked me back for a little bit because I'm like, wait, are they seriously doing? Wait, is this actually real? Are they actually counting this as one of the universes?
Yeah.
Because I'm like thinking, okay, is Lego Spider-Man, is he gonna be like the exact same size as a Lego minifigure if he's in like the other worlds?
No, he is.
Or is he gonna be giant minifigure?
Someone found Lego Spider-Man in this the Spider Society, just chilling in the background, and
Oh,
he's
really?
actually at minifig scale. There was also someone found the Spider plush, who's another Spider-Man, who's just imagine a plush but with like Funko Pop proportions.
Oh, what if there's a
Who's like-
Funko Pop universe?
The Spider plush is like 80% just head and a tiny body, and like I love the way it moves because you don't even see the limbs move. They just kind of
Wait, is it just like still?
yeah, they just move still, but the way the body just moves around space is as though it has limbs, but it just it looks like oh, what's it called? A blender model just moving through space, just getting thrown around, or what's it called? SM Source Filmmaker.
Yeah.
It looks like a Source Filmmaker model just being tossed around, but you can still feel the weight behind its
Oh, that's
movement.
cool.
Yeah, just the spider plush. I like it so much.
I really do want just like a Across the Spider-Verse like art book.
Yeah.
Because that thing's gonna be nice and big with all the different designs.
There were so many interesting spider people, like the Shinobi Spider-Man or the Canadian Spider-Woman who has a hockey stick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there are so many fan diddly-tastic spider people.
Yeah, we had like we had Cowboy
Oh,
Spider-Man,
the web slinger. Yeah.
T-Rex Spider-Man, which I did not know, which
Appar-
was real.
Yeah, apparently that was an actual thing one time. I did not know that. I thought it was an OC.
One other thing that I really do like is that Across the Spider-Verse, they also show a clip when they're like talking about all the captains,
The canon events.
the canon events, which is an interesting thing when it comes to like multiverse and like, and it's similar to like say like time and time travel and all
Yeah.
that crap. But they show a clip of Spectacular Spider-Man, the cartoon.
Yeah.
Which that's also another really good Spider-Man show,
Mhm.
and I just like that they included it.
I mean-
They even included Insomniac Spider-Man.
Yeah. I mean, canon events are kind of a thing, even in the MCU. Maybe not. I don't think it's been mentioned in like the film series, but it was a thing in the Marvel What If. Apparently, our like main Doctor Strange was always destined to have like the car crash and his hands destroyed, whereas like Strange Supreme, his canon event was shit. What's his girlfriend's name? Christine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strange Supreme, his canon event is Christine always has to die, and he goes mad trying to stop it. I think
Which his design still, I think, is the best, personally.
if you ask me, Miles's canon event isn't his dad dying. It's when Gwen it's when Gwen showed up in his room and opened up the sealed figure. That was his canon event.
That hurt me.
I saw you and Sensor Artist. When that happened, you just went.
Yeah, it was just like, no! Why would you do that?
God, it's like, oh, like I know I don't keep my figures in their boxes, but I still felt it. It's like,
I mean, like, I do that for Amiibo where I still, like, keep them in their boxes, but there is that Berserk figure behind you that I'm honestly debating about taking it out of the box because of how damaged
I mean,
the
you might
box
as well.
is.
The box is kind of just trashed at this point.
But yeah, it's just like, why? Why would you destroy it? Why would you just rip it out?
That
But-
was his canon event.
And our canon event right now is to close this episode.
So what if we don't close the episode? The universe just dies. Apparently.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we better stop that from happening. Okay, that was a weird Coke Zero that you just. Anyway, well, like the video if you liked hearing us talk about movies this entire time. Subscribe to, because that's your canon event. You don't want to destroy the universe or anything. It'll all be your fault. You can prevent it. Subscribe. That's your canon event, and then
And liking is your second canon event.
that's your other canon event. Algorithm stuff. Comment. Tell us your favorite spider person design. I think when you first saw Jessica Drew's Spider-Woman, you were the kid on the subway licking the window. That was you.